totally support the proposition that you don't need a separate institution for promoting good governance. But I'm not sure whether an unstructured beginning will be able to really make a big push forward, even though you may piggyback right on some other institutions. I had spoken to him earlier on this subject, and I was telling him whether we should have a small structure to promote the students or the youngsters to take an interest in these affairs. Something like a Brooklyn Institute, where it need not have so much of a form, but it should have somebody to guide these institutions. How can that? Maybe 2 or 3 people. It need not have a form like Brooklyn Institution, but it could be some kind of a small foundation where there may not be much of money, but they should be able to provide some kind of a catalyst ideas to various institutions. I mean, it's a good idea to make use of the Gandhi Gram structure that you have, but what I find so far, all that we have been reading and writing about governance is only theoretical. It is not very practical. We have to give specific areas where we should concentrate on governance. I agree with, I don't know your name, Mr. Krishnamurthy. It's a good idea to make people adopt villages. We should motivate people to adopt villages, and I think we should be able to find the minimum funds required, because after all, when we send students, we have to at least meet their day-to-day expenditure when they stay there. So I would suggest that instead of concentrating on a big academic structure, we should have some kind of a structure which will promote research as well as support other institutions to go to various levels of governance. In fact, in my opinion, the most important change that we require in the governance style in India is to decentralize. This decentralization, neither the state government nor the central government is interested. How do you bring about? I would say that we have to give lot of attention to this area. Why cannot each village or each corporation mind most of its activities, provided they have the financial powers? State governments are not willing to part with their funds. The central government is not willing to directly transfer funds to the various institutions to take care of their own institution. The power hunger comes mainly because so much of wealth is available at the center or the state, but not at the local level. So can we do something to decentralize powers? And whether we can create, one of the things that I have been always thinking about is a local advisory citizens committee, to bring her to the need, to the attention of the authorities, what are the deficiencies, and follow it up. That is easily implementable. There is no problem in that.
Devolution of more powers to panchayats?
Panchayats and corporations. For example, let us take a library in a city or a library in a village. Why should they not run it? Why should central government or state government have the funds to provide for that? That funds should be provided to them. The focus of attention should shift at least on matters of local governance, should go to the grassroots institutions, and we must provide both intellectual support and to some extent support to canvass with the government that the powers have to be devolved to the local institutions. In most of the Western countries, the local government institutions run their own colleges or roads or schools or whatever it is. Why can't we think of this and try to provide some kind of a push? I have not heard others. I don't know what other suggestions have been made. These are my immediate thoughts, but if I have anything more to say, I will certainly